And I am sitting here with our Hudson Valley Sports Report Girls Lacrosse Dream Team Coach of the Year, Dan Schmidt of Arlington. Congratulations. Well, let's start with the fact that this particular honor really is for this season, but a lot of it for what you and your wife have done over the course of the last 9 years or so. So this was Arlington's second straight regular season championship. It included a win over Mayapack, which went on to the sectional final. And of course has our Player of the Year, as you saw already. Talk a little bit about starting the program in '06. Meg started it. It was more or less a club team till it got to be a varsity sport, and then it just kind of took off.
Yeah, so the boys program, I think, sort of inspired it. They started in the late 90s. The girls, there was some interest, I guess, in the high school. So my wife started the program. She had played club at the University of Rhode Island. So she started it as an after-school program. They had a couple of kids and they'd sort of throw it around on a sort of spotted grass field. And the next season, our athletic director, Dave Goddard, endorsed it, and we went full varsity. They created a JV the first year, and we just sort of got thrown into it. And since then, we've just sort of tried to build it. You know, at the same time that we sort of started, or at least Meg started, the local youth program also started a girls program, so they sort of joined together, and it's been great. It's been fun to build.
And when we were just talking about the fact that you've come from a camp here this week in summer, yep. And you had quite a few elementary age kids. Are you surprised at the way it's taken off?
I am. You know, we had 30 K-6 kids, and we'll have about 30 high school kids. Next week, there's another camp down the road that's got another 10 kids at it. So it's definitely growing in the area. I mean, a lot of schools are interested, so I think it's great. And if you ask any of the players, I think it's a fun, fast-paced game, so kids from other sports really tend to like it. Soccer players, basketball players, there's a lot for it to offer.
Yeah. Let's talk about the season.
Sure.
You, coming into the year, you had Taylor Nyberg coming back. You had Marin, your goalie, coming back. You had Jenny coming back. Let's not forget the all-time leading scorer. You had Abby Carlin. You were loaded, so yeah. You kind of expected to have a good year.
Yeah, we knew actually. Last 2 years, we sort of knew that we had something there. Most of the kids had been freshmen under some great seniors, and so that was in 2012, and so we've developed them since then. Most of our juniors and seniors were with us for 3 and 4 years. So we knew we had a pretty talented team. They all played travel. They all wanted to play college, and we just expanded ourselves to give them that opportunity, and we reaped the benefits this season. Certainly.
I had said with our boys lacrosse Player of the Year that Section 1 might be among the top 3 sections, maybe 4 if you count the Albany area, Long Island, and the Syracuse, yep. Rochester area. Yep. Can you talk a little bit about how difficult it is, getting through Section 1 when you've got the Suffrans and the Mayapacks?
Yeah, as far as the section itself, it's the single largest section in the state. If you combine Section 8 and 11 on Long Island, they are bigger, but individually Section 1 is the largest. And outside of Suffern and Lakeland, there has only ever been one or 2 other Class A champions, and that was Yorktown in one season when they were up for whatever reason. They won a state title that year, and North Rockland a couple years ago. Other than that, it's always been Suffern and Lakeland. So even for a team like Mayapack and for us, we've always sort of been outsiders. But I think the program, a lot of the programs are a lot deeper now. And it's making us more competitive on the state level. I mean, Suffern almost got over the top this year. Yorktown was very competitive, but had an injury. Somers made it to a state title, so it's exciting for the section.
Once you kind of made the switch, when you and Meg decided to start a family, yep. And Meg kind of stepped aside a little bit, and you became the head coach. Mm-hmm. The depth of the program, do you feel like it's gotten to that point where you can say you're competitive with some of these other schools?
I think so. I mean, this year our biggest loss was against Lakeland. We lost by 6. I mean, we've had years where we lost 19-0. So, so we are much more competitive, and we have kids coming off the bench that are competitive. It used to be we would run around the school handing out sticks, and I mean, that's how we got our goaltender one year. Poor Brittany Tobin. She shouldn't have listened to me. But, so I think it's exciting now. We're at a place where we have 5 to 10 kids in every grade coming up from middle school who can really play. So it's a good place to be. We obviously have some work to do, but we're excited for it.
And I would be remiss if I didn't ask you to talk a little bit about keeping the tradition going of Friends of Jacqueline. The Murphy family obviously have been great friends of the program, and that's something you do every year.
It's something that we do all year. I would think that if Girls Lacrosse didn't exist at Arlington, I think Arlington would still be involved in Friends of Jacqueline. It's really kind of intertwined in what we do. The kids love it, the families love it. It's something that I think all the teams sort of look forward to and have embraced. So it's not just Girls Lacrosse anymore. But it's a really easy program to support. I mean, how could you not? And we have our little guy, Angelo, and he's such a sweetheart. So, yeah, it's been great. And again, we might not win state titles yet. We're not at that level. Maybe, who knows if we ever get there. But I think when the kids graduate, they might not remember who we played or what the score was, but I think they'll remember giving back. And I think that's important.
That's Dan Schmidt, our Girls Lacrosse Dream Team Coach of the Year.